Hello there, welcome back to Queerful Consideration. I'm your host JT, and we will be doing another Origins 8.4 draft. Pulled up the computer today and saw that it turns out I didn't actually finish exporting and uploading the last draft I did. So that is happening right now, and we will, so you're going to get a bonus. Looks like the last one I did was 4 days ago, and yeah, so you guys will get a nice little bonus, maybe a double upload tonight. Sorry I kept you waiting. But yeah, I'm excited to draft a little bit more Magic Origins. It's been a fun core set so far, and now that the Pro Tour is over, the teams are starting to release their pick orders and some information about it. And, largely it is what we thought it was. Nothing too shocking, no surprise that Black-White is by far the worst archetype in the format. No surprise that it's also a very tempo-oriented format, and so the big 7 drops are not that great. The Mythic Uncommons are still the Mythic Uncommons, although people don't rate the Spider as high as the White Giant. So speaking of big, dumb 7 drops here, yeah, I just don't think I can do it. What is the Phalanx actually worth? Nothing. Okay, so since I don't have to take it for value, let's see, there's a Javelin, Victor's fine, Thopter Engineer is probably the best card in the pack, although Javelin is also good. Dragon Fodder's fine, Void Mage is good in the bounce deck. I'll go ahead and take this Thopter Engineer. Giving all your artifacts haste is not bad. Here, Skyraker Giant or Lightning Javelin. Cleric of the Forward Order is fine. Ghoul is good. Shaman's fine. I think I'd rather have the Javelin, although, man, that Giant is tough to turn down. But I've already passed one Javelin. I'm going to take the Javelin here. I like having some removal, and it's easy to end up in a deck with just all the creatures here. So, yeah, let's see what we get. Let's see what comes out. So the construct's cool, especially with the Thopter Engineer. But really the best thing here, I think, and look, the Scap Goliath is no joke. When that guy hits the table, holy cow, he hits the table. Scrapton Drake is good. Eva's Force Mage is fine, but red tends to pile up on 3 drops. I think I'm going to take this white card. White is pretty overdrafted, but it's either that or the Bonded Construct for me here. I just don't... I don't know. Red-blue is an archetype. I don't think I can cast a Scab Goliath. I'm going to end up biasing towards the more aggressive rather than controlling. A, that's mostly my bias, but B, as it turns out, it's really a good thing to do in this format. Whoa, new edition of Magic Online. This thing turned blue instead of yellow. Bright red. Holy cow, so strange. Alright. Bounding Krasis. Sidearm, Servant, Suppression Bonds, you say? Look, the Fire Fiend Elemental is very, very good. And I'm glad to take it. But Suppression Bonds is just excellent removal. And I'm pretty excited about it here. Getting a 4th pick is a pretty good sign. Red seems to be completely dried up. That being said, there's still a Knight of the Pilgrim's Road. There's a Shadows of the Past, a Husk, a Fetid Imp. Turn to Frog is also good. I think I might take the Knight here just to try to stay white-red. Or just to try to stay white. Here, Active Treason is fine. Send to Sleep is fine. Centaur's fine. Caustic Caterpillar has a place in a green deck. The Mighty Leap might be the right call here. This isn't specifically an Active Treason deck yet, so I'm going to take the Leap and see where it goes. Okay, Yoked Ox, Cobble Brute. Eye Blight Massacre, man. Eye Blight Massacre being this late in the pack is still something, although it's not a great card. It is a pseudo sweeper effect. I think I just want the Cobble Brute here. Yeah. I think I just want it. I got 2 removal spells and a bypassing spell. Oh my gosh. So I've got Victor here. Victor being just fine. Or a Charging Griffin. Which of these 4 drops do I want? I think I'm going to take the Griffin. Just that getting it 8th pick is insane, and actually kind of a big sign that white is open. Victor coming around is also interesting. Wow, double Victor? Okay, well, I'll take the second one. Cobble Brute or Yoked Ox? Cobble Brute or Yoked Ox? Kind of piling up at that 4-drop slot. But I'll take it, just because I think the second Cobble Brute is probably still better than the first Yoked Ox. I'm going to hate out a Catacomb Slug. Sure. Valor and Akros. Never played this card. I don't think I'm going to start now. Yoked Ox, get in there. There you go. Get out. Get out. I'll need that mountain. It's kind of cool art on the mountain. Actually, I haven't really taken a close look at the lands in this set to try to identify what planes they came from. So here we have a Javelin, a Cleric. Moonlight's fine. Mostly just says draw a card. Swift Reckoning. Swift Reckoning is not the best, but it is removal. And it's fairly unconditional removal, so I'll take it. It does get rid of that Scab of Goliath we saw, and we're going to need a way to get rid of it. Otherwise, I would love to take that Cleric of the Forward Order. It'd be great if that guy came back around. What do we get here? Jailer, a Cobble Brute, and a Shrouding Mist is a good 1-mana trick. Avaricious Dragon. Is that worth anything? One ticket. It's 1 ticket. It's playable in my deck. War Oracle might be strictly better. Guardian Automaton is also fine here. With so many 4-drops. Still, a 4-mana 5/5 flyer, or a 4-mana 4/4 flyer. I'll take a jump on it. Titan Strength is good. Goblin Glory Chaser is better than it looks. Call of the Full Moon is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Chandra Fury is fine. Charging Griffin would be great, but it's another 4-drop at this point. I'm going to take the Glory Chaser with a Titan Strength. Glory Chaser or Titan Strength. I'm going to take the Glory Chaser. Gearcrafter is a great pickup here. I also wouldn't mind the Kithian's Tactics or another Mighty Leap, but I'm really happy to pick up a Gearcrafter. I need more 2 and 3 drops here. I take as many Clerics of the Forward Order as I can get my hands on. Also the 2-mana red 2/1 that makes a 2-power creature unblockable. Jeez, why am I not? The Scout. The Goblin Scout. Definitely take as many of those as I can get my hands on. Embermaw Hellion, you say? Well, I love a Smash Smithereens, and I don't think the Tactician is as bad as people think, especially in a deck like this. This Valor and Akros is unlikely to make the cut, but the Embermaw Hellion is quite good. Especially with the Lightning Javelin. Alright, coming into it, we have an Orbs of Warding, an Artificier. I think the Titan Strength is really my best pick here, although the sidearm also gets a consideration. I do want to find out how much the orbs are. Just 4 cents. They are seeing some standard play in the blue-black Thopter Control. Yeah, sidearm's interesting, but I think the Titan Strength, the 1-mana combat tricks are really good, and I'd like to have at least one. Here, the Aeronaut, Elvish Visionary still being in this pack is impressive. The Ramroller's fine. I don't have a lot of artifacts in my deck just yet, but I could end up there. I have 2 artifact token generators at the 3-drop slot. Here, Prickabore, Bonded Construct, or Heavy Infantry, Battle Priest. No, it's definitely Prickabore. Hallowed Moonlight is worth very little, but it's probably a fraction of a ticket. Guardian Automaton is definitely better than the 3rd Cobble Brute, and I'll take it, especially because the synergies I'm developing. Call of the Full Moon versus Chandra's Fury. You know, I'll take a ride on that. Ooh, man. Somebody's getting a lot of Cull Blades. I'm gonna hack that. This is interesting. This is a deck right now. And it's got more creatures in it than it looks like because of my token generators. It's actually not a bad deck. Victor's not at its strongest here. Sigil is seeing a lot of play, that green-white enchantments deck. But, yeah, 28 cents is not enough for me to first pick it over any of this other stuff. Suppression Bonds is good. Fiery Conclusion is fine. Totem Guide Heartbeast can definitely tutor up something, and that might just be strictly the pick. From a raw card advantage standpoint, it's tough to argue it. Suppression Bonds, though, is excellent removal. I'm going to take the removal as opposed to the way to fetch out the removal. Here, Stalwart Aven versus Anointer of Champions. Stalwart Aven, Anointer of Champions. Anointer of Champions does make combat pretty annoying, but the Aven is just a good card. Conclave Naturalist is no joke. Dwynen's Elite is no joke. Conclave Naturalist is actually highly splashable in this format. If I had any Evolving Wilds, I would definitely splash it. But Stalwart Aven is a good choice. It's a solid choice. Magmatic Insight, Majoring Bully, and Shrouding Mist, all good. The Blessed Spirits here, I've got a Call of the Full Moon and 2 Suppression Bonds that can trigger it. And a Valor and Akros, technically, although I don't think that's making the cut. And Shrouding Mist versus Blessed Spirits. I'm going to take this Spirits here, although the Magnetic Insight is a way to avoid getting flooded is also fine. What do I have? I have a Goblin Glory Chaser. The Brute is an elemental. Victor's a human. Dragon, Beast, Boar. Hellion. So I don't have that much in the Goblin Piledriver camp. How much is the Piledriver himself worth? 50 cents. Is it strictly better than anything else in this pack? Well, the Smasher Smithereens might be a sideboard card, but for 53 cents, I'll take it. I mean, hell, it's a 2-drop. At the worst, I could end up playing as a 2-drop. Speaking of at the worst, I played as a 2-drop. We have the Fire Fiend Elemental at the already crowded 4-drop slot, but the Rune Servitor is exactly what we want. Aspiring Aeronaut is fine. The Nantuko Husk is fine. Brawler's Plate just isn't going to get play in this deck. Active Treason. I'll take my first Active Treason for the board. Chandra's Fury versus Grasp of the Hieromancer. Grasp does some work getting guys through. Chandra's Fury is nice to have an option to burn people out, though. Wow. There we go. Champion. I'll take him. That is a great, ideal scenario, late pickup on that. Veteran Sidearm. Or Fiery Conclusion. Tough to say. Is the Elemental better? than the rest of this stuff I'm running? Potentially. But I'll take the conclusion here. Bloodlust is possible, but unlikely. Magmatic Insight, Kythian's Tactics, or a Mage Ring Bully. I actually kind of need my lands in this deck, so I'm going to take the Mage Ring Bully. I'll hate a Tome, not that it matters. The Scarring was more likely an issue. Definitely a smash for the sideboard. Super happy to get that. Although I honestly think it's main deckable. Bellows Lizard. Do I wear on a Bellows Lizard over a Yolk Dox? It's an interesting choice. I got some cuts to make. Probably don't have to run the Glory Chaser or the Yolk Dox, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and sort this by converted mana cost. Alright, so in terms of the early drops, let's go ahead and put that over there. So there's our 2-drop slot, there's our 3-drop slot. We're a little heavy. We're like 1 creature heavy in the 3-drop slot. The 4-drop slot is very heavy, but also pretty high impact. Victor might be the worst of them, Victor or Cobble Brute, one of those two. So I'm willing to take out one of them. Honestly, I think I'm going to take out the Victor, because I don't have any good synergies with it. The Prickle Boar is solid, the Embermaw Hellion is solid, Chandra's Fury is solid. All of these tricks down here are good. The question is, which 6 of them do I want to run? Or do I want to cut one of my 3-drops? If I were to cut a 3-drop, it might just be Blessed Spirits, because I've got Call, Suppression, and that's it that trigger it. Knight of the Forward Order actually, Knight of the Pilgrim's Road actually does some work with a Mighty Leap, with a Call, even with a Titan Strength. I mean, it does some work. But do I cut a flyer for it? That can't be correct. I think I have to cut that guy before a flyer. Even though it's only a 2/2 flyer versus the ability to have a 4/3 guy on the ground. And the question is, do I cut a Mage Ring Bully? Well, the Mage Ring Bully with this on there becomes a 5/4 and is a 6/5 on the turn it attacks, on the turn it gets cast. So, I mean, it's no joke. It's kind of must answer. I do have the ability to build up a large contingent and get after it. Cutting 2 more spells here. It might just be charging Chandra's Fury. It might be Cobble Brute. Cut a Cobble Brute, even though with a Mighty Leap, the Cobble Brute definitely gets work done. But that being said, I already have ways to get flying stuff to... Actually, the Guardian Automaton. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts to go with my Ram Roller. Is the Cobble Brute better than the Automaton? I'm going to say yes, it is. That could be wrong. 1 more spell to cut. Or I run a classic 41 card special. Let's sort by color. Yeah, looks fine. Let's go ahead and run our 41 card special, guys. Why cut the last card? Run it anyway. I will see you in round 1 shortly.